Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back. Sorry for the little break. I went on a little bit of vacation. I took the end of the year to kind of reflect and think what I'm going to do moving forward, and just some time off because I'm really going to lock in this year. I'm going to make sure I'm going to start with at least one upload and then one short a week. I have a TikTok also. I kind of post. I make sure I post daily, and then I'll up the frequency as I see how it's moving with once a week. Um, Yeah, I really took some time to think what I'm going to be doing differently going to this new year. And I also want to do a trade recap of my first trade of the year and then talk to you guys about kind of my trading strategy and overall plan I'm going to be going to the year with, and then how I'm going to be evolving and what I'm going to be learning and all that moving forward. So, I'm not going to be doing too much of a market analysis, just more of a trade recap, but yeah, I guess I'll do a little bit of an analysis. Overall, the market's like on some really high time frame. At first, it looked like a sell program, and then hit the target, and then looks like a buy program, and then I guess if this was the target, it was fine, but I thought we were gonna go up here, and then we sell off to equilibrium, fine, we go up, and then we sell back to equilibrium. It really looks like a consolidation, like we're just kind of sideways. So, but I believe overall we're bullish. But this week we were clearly bearish. Where were we going? We had equilibrium of this range. We had this big suspension block over here that the other day we hit consequent encroachment, but we didn't even reject it, and then we just went to fill it more and actually filled most of it, closed back up. Now I feel like we actually will go back higher. Um, Before we went down, we hit this daily fair value gap, so that was the manipulation. Just gonna label it. I'm not gonna label this trend gap, just know it exists. The 4 hour, we what do we do? Oh, so at first we go into this 4 hour busy. This was into Wednesday. And Thursday we opened up like it was a bank holiday, so it kind of blends into Friday. We went from this, I guess, imbalance up to this internal liquidity, and then we went down into um. Well, it looks better on the 1 hour because they're like relative equal lows, but we have like all this liquidity here, but we hit these lows here, not to mention like a breaker block here, but I'm not gonna put it down. I'll just leave the liquidity. But we do have like a PDRA that we had a high time frame PDRA, but that's not relevant for that's more relevant for next week what we're gonna do opening. But so what? Why did I go through all this? Market goes down, goes here, rebounds, we go up. We take out buy side liquidity, hit this daily SIBI, and then we absolutely sell off. Now, there were good trades here. I didn't really get to trade here. I was not free, but you can see how we have a new day opening gap. We close down, we open here. We have a new day opening gap, and then we create no manipulation. So this whole leg is kind of a manipulation leg. We do retrace into this imbalance, but we do not hit liquidity. We don't hit true day open. We don't hit anything. Then market completely manipulates up. Now go into the 5 minute time frame. Yeah, so market manipulates up into here, and then we have a big reversal, and you could have caught a short in here, caught a short in here, caught a long up in here. I think on the I forgot which time frame was very obvious. I think on the 1 minute. Yeah, so depending on how your entry model is, if you want to take this inversion right here, would have been a good long. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Here, I think here was just a really good short. Could have taken this inversion. Could have taken. I think there was a nicer one on the not on the 5 minute. I was just on the 5 minute. I mean, there was okay. Well, maybe not just a clean inversion, but on the one some of the time frame there was. Doesn't matter. We go down. We go down. We go down. Now we go down and we go through the lunch hour. Don't trade during this time. And so I marked out at like 1:30 here, right? We can get rid of This, we can get rid of. This doesn't matter. I mean, being in discount's nice. And all this doesn't matter because I took the PM trade. Now what do we have here? We have this giant 1 hour imbalance. 1 hour SIBI that was formed. And we have, let's go on the 5 minute. We have low resistance, we have like equal highs right here, but let's call it this buy sell liquidity right at the, on the 1 hour. This was the wick that formed it, but right under the fair value gap. Then we have low resistance liquidity, and then on this end we also have a big pool of liquidity. So we have a consolidation that formed liquidity on both ends. And so what you're looking for, aligned with some higher time frame narrative, is what can price do? Price can manipulate down, go up, go back down. Price can manipulate up, go back down. Price can manipulate up, down, up. But it will manipulate. And so when price manipulated right here, it went down, hit all this liquidity, it tapped into here. We were in a high time frame PD array, and this was beginning the silver bullet time between 2 to 3 on PM, and we just had this massive sell off, and we have this big internal liquidity pool, and we have low resistance on the upside we just took down. So my idea was to go bullish here. And so at first I was looking to inverse this 5 minute gap, but because I'm trading on the 1 minute, because it's within this hour that starts right over here, then that's what I was looking for. We manipulated down, took this liquidity pool right here, hit this key level, and we go up. We retrace a little down, and we go up, and then we have a change in state of delivery. And then we have another up close candle, and we inverse this fair value gap. Now, I know that we have this fair value gap up here, right? And I know that usually, I think I even trade like this. If there's multiple fair value gaps in the leg, it's low probability, quote unquote. But in my back testing, never really saw this. And on the higher time frames, you could have been waiting for this inverse and go up. But I just had so much confluence basically that it would go up. One, we took external liquidity. We have internal up here. Some PB trading mega model, whatever. I don't care. Internal, external is a big concept. You have low resistance liquidity. So you're trading into your targeting a profit objective in a high time frame PD array, going from discount to premium through a lower resistance liquidity run after manipulating from accumulation. It was just perfect. Now, high time frame draw on liquidity, high time frame narrative. I think overall, we are bullish, and this was the rebound. So I think this is the end of the down move. Like we had a we had liquidity in the high time frame PD array, right? After a big expansion move down. It doesn't matter if we're gonna keep going down or we're gonna start reversing from here. I believe regardless we're gonna move up and retrace from here. And so what I did was after this manipulation, like you have this inversion, and so I like measuring the equilibrium of the leg that dealt the delta fair value gap, and anywhere under here is fine. So I personally like entering around the consequent encroachment because even if it's a breakaway gap, it'll still retrace there usually, and I could just get a better fill. What do I target? Well, first, to be more safe, I always target the start of the low resistance liquidity run, and no, I did not enter here because I had a better risk reward. I'll just turn on my execution. Why is it not showing? Where is it? I literally took this trade yesterday. Okay, I literally just printed and just put the image up here. I'm not gonna edit it or anything. You can see this is a market structure, and I entered right here in this candle. My first exit was, I think, right above this high. and I was gonna exit here. I had something pop up, but I had to leave the charts, and I just didn't want to be sitting on my head. I could have left it, I guess, but my stop, I just I like managing my trades, and it went up here perfectly. But whatever, that's something that I have to make sure doesn't happen as often, but sometimes it's life. But yeah, this was my execution. I don't exactly remember. Let me just check this again. Where did I put my? Oh, it doesn't show where I put my stop. I just remember this being 1 point like 8. Oh, I guess I took it out here. Right. So that would be my first TP. My second TP would be up here, or you could do it equilibrium, or you could do it at these highs where I had to take it out because some popped up. But this was the target of my trade. This is the idea of my trade. And so you can see we have this AMD model, we have low resistance liquidity run, and then after the run, it it just goes crazy. Now this looks like a little bit of like market maker model. We had hit a key level, we consolidated, we went up, we had a redistribution or reaccumulation, and we go up, hit this level, and we I guess never. It was the end of the day on Friday, but yeah. So that was my trade. Let's leave this on. You know that goes to show you can miss these moves and this crazy price action and then see consolidation, but catch a move like this on the PM session, sometimes it saves you. I love seeing consolidation during the end of New York AM London close through lunch, low resistance liquidity on both ends, and like obvious profit targets. Like if PM's like this, I love trading PM. A lot of the time, PM is not always like this. It's very dependent on AM. But we had a giant sell-off. We had a accumulation. That usually is showing that we're starting a next phase. And I mean that I'm not gonna just continue selling off. And so I was very confident longing. Hope this video is not going too long. I think we're at uh, 13, 14 minutes. What am I gonna explain? What I'm gonna do going to the new year. So going to the new year, what I do is that I've been focused way too much on how on way too much on like one-time targets, either passing an account, trying to focus on getting in a payout, focusing on next time like I'm trading to get a trade on. It's been messing up my psychology a bit, making me more impatient, things like that. And I'm still a learning student. You should always remain a student in the market, and I have not been treating it like that. I had when I first started trying to trade more than a demo, and I had times where I'm kind not strategy hopping, but kind of strategy hopping, and then times where I'm just focusing on my trading, I'm not getting much studying in, or I'm not backtesting enough, and I think that's just slowing me down. I'm really gonna take this year as just focusing on learning first. I don't need to be on the markets too much. I missed the whole day. Got on at like 1:40, analyzed this and said, if we get a manipulation specifically down, we get a manipulation down, and then have some type of inversion up, then I'll go up. And it happened because I guess it was pretty obvious. But if price wasn't going to invert and stuff, I would probably just have gotten off and not traded. Now, for me, it was great because I have a new eval that I'm on right now, and that was just a clean first win and first trade of the year. But I have a mentor. I'm gonna be learning more deep into market maker models and power of three and quant. I'm not gonna be restating it. It's not. It's fearing his mentorship. I think he's like a very underrated kind of not even trying to be niche, but like there's a whole subgenre of traders that I've seen that fit that type of trading space, and it seems much more serious, much more focused on just becoming really good at the ICT concepts and get good at trading without any of the gimmicks and trying to sell you a ton of stuff. I chose to buy his mentorship, and I just started, and I'm really excited to get into it. Um, So, but I'm gonna, keep anything that's mentorship paid private out of respect. I'll see how that goes, but currently I'll just be evolving that into my strategy. And then also I'm gonna be trying to post a lot more here on YouTube and on TikTok and also shorts here. And yeah, I was gonna get into my trading strategy, but I think I'll make a separate video. And yeah, hope this trade recap helped. I hope I maybe someone could relate to the way I'm taking my trading, but really just gonna be focusing on learning, really gonna be focusing on the input, how my trades are, how my studying is, regardless of the output. And my whole mindset is that I'm learning how to become a better skilled trader predicting the market, becoming a profitable trader by skill, not getting a payout here and chasing one there. And no, to the ability where I can just trade well and then the money will come. That's how I think you should take on any side hustle, any business, any skill. I don't think trading is a side hustle, but any skill, anything, any job, anything you want to get money, you have to be focused on what you're actually doing to be really good. And if you become exceptionally well at that, then you'll get money and a lot. So that's what I'm focusing on, and this is my trade. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna be uploading more regularly now, and yeah, a lot more content to come this year throughout the whole year. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.